Broadcasting live from the have you seen those Aussies in Walmart? Ravaged Bayous of Louisiana. It's me, your boy Maximilian. Insert name here. Why is it insert name here? Because nobody knows what this is. So why bother to name it? I don't want to push my luck, but today it's been an amazing day. All the behind the scenes cookings, and you might notice I have a little bit of color. That is because and hairs that most definitely are not mine. Got a little bit of color. Had to make a 1,500-mile round trip. And believe me when I say I am definitely not of a physical condition to make a trip like that. But, woo. But that's okay. And Kaiju, I can do that from a very nice Sony dual cassette player. Now I wish I still had all my cassettes. Let me run through, say hi to everybody. Of course, Dens. But I hope you're having a great time in Spain. Like I said in the comments, you are always missed here. I know time zones really shouldn't exist, but yeah, I know you're doing good stuff. Keep doing it. And yeah, I mean, that's what I've been saying this whole time. Nobody listens to me. So I figured I was the one wrong, and I just kept getting them. But oh, Joey Bucket. That part of this trip, I had to go see some family. And the father passed away a couple years ago, and my mother, every time I go out to visit, is like, there's too much shit here. Within reason, take what you want and get it out of my hair. So I'm stumbling by, la 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 la, and I see that Marantz tuner, and I was like, oh yeah, show me more. And then I saw the dual, which is a 70s dual turntable, which is what I played all the records that I was a kid. I didn't have any personal I mean, we had plenty. We had the antique business and stuff. So, I listened to, records all the time, but I cut them on my father's first pressing English and European Beatles albums. Revolver 9 and Yellow Submarine, White Album, which we dug through the records. Maybe they'll turn up, but White Album and Yellow Submarine seem to be absconde at the moment. But I did bring home the Sgt. Pepper's. So that dual turntable is, if you don't know about dual, it is as bad as I was as a kid with records. That dual survived all of me and whatever my dad did to it. So, I'm excited to get that thing back and operational. Hopefully it doesn't take too much restorative. That Marantz, I don't know. I've been watching some videos, and if I've got to get into capacitors and stuff like that, it is probably going to be on somebody else's YouTube channel. Joe, always a pleasure, sir. I noticed there's a joyous glow around you because, well, I want to get into that today we've I don't talk a lot. Everybody it's Facebook and Instagram and YouTube is what we want you to see. The stuff that's happening behind the scenes is, most of the time none of y'all's damn business. But today, my beautiful, talented, and so much smarter than me wife got a job interview. It went very, very well. And hopefully that is a very positive key for the future of the Tucker household. And again, I don't want to jinx anything today. I went out and I signed that that deal with Mephisto, and then I made sure to get the son of Satan involved, and hopefully everything is is gonna be right as rain. But no, very good, super positive news. Everything that has happened today has been just a lot of worry that I've carried because despite me looking to be in the prime physical condition that you all see every Thursday, and the Adonis that puts it out there. I'm a beat to hell old man who can't do shit. So this happening for my wife, I'm super excited about, and her master's degree in education and everything that she's doing she's the best, absolutely the best, and she's super cute, and she lets me cuddle with her. So there you go, best day ever. And also, my shop wife, Leah Glacia, has joined us today. How are you doing? Leah, you know what? Any show that doesn't have you somewhere involved with it, I don't think I want to be a part of. You're my touchstone for what's okay to touch. Ronnie, I've been thinking about you all day because I want to take you and Sharky to a Walmart so bad now. I want you to feel to feel things. You deserve a Walmart. If Australia doesn't get a bloody Walmart after the beautiful thing that I saw today with the soccer team going as fans going to their very first Walmart, you know what? Then there's no justice in this world. Super K 44, always in the house, always a pleasure. You know what? That sounds all right. What else we got? Oh, she's telling me to shut the F up because we don't want to jinx it. Arm in arm forever, baby. I got you, bud. We're going to you know what? I'm going to make it my mission to not stop until till Melbourne gets a Walmart, because it just, you know what? Scratch that. I don't want to destroy. You know what? Melbourne's a nice city. I don't want to ruin it with a Walmart. scratch that, rewind, reset. How you doing, Bat Dan? It's great to have you, buds. Nice seeing you. Holy crap, the man himself has made it. The Red Hood. Don't tell anybody I told you, folks. The Red Hood really exists. And he's with us right now. Dens, my friend, again. I love you, bud. I hope you're doing really, really well. And that good. I'm glad. Listen, I would love if they could just drop the temperature by about 5 degrees, or I could just live on a coastal city. I'd be in Spain in 5 minutes. Just tell me where to sign. I'm feeling good emotionally because it's been a wonderful day. But again, 1,500 mile round trip. And it's not the type of trip going to my family's house that, you know, it shouldn't be that rough. But beat to hell. Physically beat to hell. They call it no man's land. Anyway, have I got some stuff to show you? I mean, holy cow. If you haven't been to my story on Instagram and seen my new audio equipment, that is going to be a work in progress, but it also brings me to something very relevant. Next week, I have been asked on multiple occasions about my audio, about my video, about, you know, maybe not how to come to your house and set it up for $50, but there's a lot of questions about how I can help you with what you have and you not sound like Poopy Chucka. So next week's show is 100% going to be about helping other people, whether you just get on once in a while for, you know, chat rooms, or you get on Zoom calls and or for business meetings, or anything like that, or you want to be a YouTuber, or you get on whatever you do. If it involves audio video, I am going to help with that. I'll answer questions. I can bring somebody on and evaluate what you have and how you sound. We can talk about what you have, and how I can help. I've got a long history of audio video, going all the way back to radio, and that bullshit. If you've got a 8-track cart player and a couple wires, we can figure out a way to make you sound good. So that is next week. And if you are planning, I am going to tell you this: if you are planning on coming on to the show for an evaluation, you will need 2 things: a microphone and a headphone. So that those 2 things right there, that'll get you started. So that's good. Well, looking forward. I know you're kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I've had other people ask, and I'll have a good inventory of places to send you, but not until I check with Robert Diaz, because I check everything through Diaz before coming online. That keeps me safe, it keeps you safe, and most importantly, it keeps the Wu-Tang Clan safe. So remember, before you step out, what would Wu-Tang do without consulting Robert Diaz? There you go. How you doing, bud? Yeah, No Man's Land needs plenty of toys. Well, the problem with that is I sort of took all the toys out of the panhandle and brought them back with me. At least one of them. So we're going to open this tonight. And believe it or not, this is for sale. So we're going to look at this here in a few. So stick around. And remember, Wu-Tang is for the children. Oh. And I'm going to show you. There is still, I can't show you yet. We'll show you in a little bit. There's still a $25 Walmart price tag on there. That's why Australia, hashtag Australia needs Walmart. For the children. Oh. Everybody, take a deep breath. Get your hydration. And remember, D Amazing is out there doing the shit that you should be doing for all of us. For Wu-Tang, for the Chitlins, for Dan, and most especially for Robert Diaz. Hydrate, people. I want to start. The thing I posted up, if you haven't figured out now, my thumbnails are bullshit. I may not talk about a single toy tonight. Nah, it's too late. I already did. Nah, damn it. But I posted up just toys because I was gonna be talking about quite a few of them tonight. So, and with the Rebel transport and everything like that. Also, if I doze off in the middle of this, somebody text me. So, but oh, if you think that box is in great condition, oh, just you wait. I still have a reward out for that comic book. But I got friends who know comics and they know names. So I'm going to find it. It's going to happen. But I started, I watched I watched more than a few toy tubers. And there seems to be a general consensus, a standardization that has happened with toy tubers. It starts out with the box. Like, I got to show everybody the box. There's the barcode. There's the legalese. There's the, oh, look, there's a picture on the back. And oh yeah, Walmart finally come through with me. I got both my figures. They couldn't send them both at the same time. But anyway, I'm actually not really worried about Walmart tonight. You know what? The lady has spoken. I'm only holding this up as just an example of, it's here's the box. Then here's the figure, on a either still life or revolving, here's the articulation. It does this, it moves, the same standard. Instead of just saying, it's the Bucky body, boom, it's that articulation, or it's the Baroness with a new head. There's the articulation, and then there's just the regular stuff, and I know there's it just, I'm not knocking it. It gets to the opinion, I like this, I don't like that. It's got it's got elbows and shit. What? What did I thought? Man, you said you had two. Send them one. Send me that Ghost Viper though. I need that Ghost Viper. You can send these to I'm actually keeping these in the box because you said they were so shit. So but I do need a Ghost Viper. Anyway, there's there it's the process of reviews, and I would really, I'm way too lazy to research this, but I would love to know who is the first person who did this standardized review. I'm sure that if you asked, it's probably going to be like, what's the Bug invented that. So it's or the Shart or whatever would, but I've seen it way before either of those two started doing it. It's always been that way. I wonder if it didn't start with some kids video. Let me get my mic here. Oh yeah, that's the Boss Fight Studios and the Frazetta girls. They got to have that butt articulation. I have no proof of this, but I believe it's true. Point is, everybody knows the review I'm talking about. You're picturing it right now in your head. Why? Why have we just gotten to this? This is the standard of what a review should be. Now, I get it if you're doing something that, let me start over. I believe it's happening because you have reviewers who, the majority of them who are doing the reviews that I just described, are intermingling between kids looking at these toys and the adult collector. Listen, when it comes to Michael French is, that's a whole nother level when it comes to review stuff. And if you would like, remind me in a little bit and I'll explain why. I have a lot of respect for Michael French, and not a lot of people, I think not a lot of people understand no, I think a lot of people do understand, but I think I don't know. Anyway, it's yeah. Oh, yep. You mentioned Michael French, and the beefer herself, Rowdy, shows up. Like, was somebody talking about Mike? What? Anyway, remind me a little bit, and hi, Rowdy. Remind me a little bit, and I'll explain why I think that Michael French is on a different level. And it and before you start hate watching, which you should absolutely do, it's nothing negative. So it's a positive comment, or at least my, it is what it is. GI Jet Man, hey man. Speaking of, everybody needs to go check out his Instagram and check out that tank he's working on. It is looking really cool. So anyway, all right. Now y'all distracted me. Fatty, fat. Shut up. Fat. Nobody call you fat. It's like they call a short person tiny. Shut up. Or no, a short person or tall person tiny. See, Rowdy? Damn it. I'm just going to get off, let you run the show. Leah wants me to go to sleep anyway. But okay, Ronnie. You're not you know what, chat, you're on your own. So I'm watching these reviews, and I think even if it's not intentional, I think it's trying to get in between kids purchasing this and adult collectors. Now, some of these reviewers, they definitely believe in their head that they're just dealing with adult collectors, and that's working in their head. But the reviews are just, they're stagnating because of this. Very few toy reviewers, and I mean this with people that I watch regularly, people I call friends, and I don't mean anything that I'm saying tonight. This is constructive criticism. This isn't negative criticism. This isn't whatever. I'm not saying your show sucks. Unless your show sucks, then, just work on that. But toy reviews are stagnating. And I don't know that it's just people aren't getting the influence that they believe they have, that they're not getting the attention that they think they deserve. I know I've got a number of toy reviewers, people who've done toy reviews in my chat. Answer me this. Are your toy review numbers, just toy reviews, are those views dropping as opposed to some of your other stuff? Or toy reviews that you've done in the past? Is it going up? Is it going down? I'll wait. You're back, Ronnie. Yeah. Baby, you never left. You quit picking on Ronnie. That's old senile people. We don't just because you're getting, the female term for senile is anile. Now you know. That, you know what, I do find that comparison, and I it's one thing I'm going to compliment Rowdy on her reviews, because and also True Star Screamer I really like his reviews, and I'm not just saying that because those two are awesome, and we always get lumped together, but they always end the video with comparisons to other figures and other lines, not just, here's a Hasbro figure, here's all Hasbro next to it. They're diversify your bonds. They do a good job. So and I see that among a lot of reviewers. Sir Dork does a really good job on his reviews, and he steps it up a notch by putting a lot of photography knowledge and stuff into it. But I don't know. Somebody needs to send me a link. I have never interacted nor seen anything Anthony's Customs has ever done. I usually a lot of the people that I interact with on YouTube are people that I've had interactions with. And I believe that I've actually met him Somebody said I did. I think so. I maybe not, but I'm older than Rowdy, so the memory's getting a little. Uh, but I'll give it a go. Uh, I anybody who's not, I just it's not really a personality thing. That is something that you can't as that's going to be something as a viewer is just going to happen. I'm either going to like your personality or I'm not. And viewing your content is probably going to have a lot to do with viewing that. All right, hold on a sec. Um, ladies and gentlemen, I have to take a 2-minute break, and I am sorry about this, and it cannot be helped. I will be right back.
Shh! Don't tell Max I was here. Ronnie, you're banned. You're banned. Oi, crikey. Crikey. I don't know what's going on, mate, but I'll have you know we have our best Australians on it. Oh, I can hear my phone. I gotta turn it off. That's what I sound like. That's what I sound like. None of y'all told me I sounded like that. And I just dropped my phone. So I haven't seen Obsession yet, but I finally figured out what it's about. Like I was like, what is this movie possibly about? No spoilers, but it's basically a story about an incel. So if that's your type of movie, if that's your type of horror, is incel horror, then that's what you're in for. I'm watching a video about why incels are responding negatively to the movie, and it's like, oh, go figure. That's probably why, because they empathize with the main character of the show, right? They feel for the dude. But that's all I can say. I don't want to spoil it. I don't care about spoilers. I'm not one of those people, so I'm not going to spoil it. But like it is an interesting movie, and it's interesting the things that people get from a movie like that, like their interpretation. And it's like you're completely missing the interpretation here. Let's not blame let's blame the perpetrator, not the victim, right? You know, what's an incel? Well, you see, when a man and a woman fall in love and they have a baby, and that baby's an absolute abomination, and feels privileged to talk to women and feels like women should be privileged to talk to them, they become an incel. And they live alone, very sad, very lonely life. And most of the time, their name is, I'm not going to go there. This isn't my stream. Back rooms, you need to be in the mood. Yeah, usually someone's got to slip you a little something too before you go to the back rooms. You got to be like, yeah, no, we can go to the back rooms, but you got any poppers? You know, like you got anything that listen, we don't know what's going on with Max. It could be something. It could be something like an actual emergency, like, you know, a roof could be leaking or something. So let's not joke about emergency situations. But I'll tell you something funny about work yesterday. So I've only been there a month, right? I've only been there for a month. And yesterday was a horrible day. Every customer came in already mad. Now, the guy that was mad yesterday, the first one that came in, we fixed his problem. He came back. He dropped off what he needed to drop off. And at the end of the interaction, he flirted with me. He was like, you know, you're a beautiful young lady. And I was like, thank you. But that's beside the point. Like that. But the other two people that I dealt with yesterday were very mad. I've only been there a month. I don't have the full capabilities that I'm supposed to have, which is, you know, not their problem. But when I explain to you that I can't do something and I can't take something, or I can't, and then you look from me, the woman, to the dude sitting next to me who's on the phone talking, can he do it? It's like, no, I just told you we collectively as a whole can't do it, Mr. Misogyny. So that guy huffed on out. And then a couple came in wanting to do the same thing, and I tried to explain it to them the same way, like the same thing. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't have the capabilities. Normally we could take this, normally we could do this, but because we're new, we don't have the capabilities to take it. And they went fucking ballistic. They were like, yes, this is terrible. You should put a sign out on the store that says you don't do this. And they weren't rednecks, but they were white people. So the accent is kind of just like what I picture when white people start screaming. I know I'm white. But when white people start screaming, I start the, hey man, you don't know Cletus. He's a good guy. Me and him, our sisters and moms are related. And we're also related. He's my brother. You know, that's the kind of vibe I get from people that just walk in and are angry. Oh, hi, Max. Bye, everyone. I hope y'all have a nice day.
I love you, Rowdy. You're a very beautiful young lady. And you know what? You are a very beautiful young lady. Oh, anyway, I apologize for that. I had some feelings coming on, and I just did not want for them to manifest on air. And for Ronnie's, because I know he's keeping track of these things. If that was a poop emergency, I could have been there and back again before he typed that, because I am a master pooper. Anyway, not really. I just had to go take a crap. Sorry, everybody. It happens every time. I don't know. Rowdy Riles, everybody. Let's give her a hand. Thank you for stepping in. I would walk into the street and commit a felony for some White Castle. But the thing about White Castle is they're perfect. And I'll tell you why, especially when it comes to GI related issues. If you eat White Castle and you finish the drink, you've got about 2 hours, 45 minutes before the exit, before the exit happens. Well, the life of a bombardier is dead air is bad air. Yes, I know that, and luckily, chat was keeping that alive. It that was the first thing instilled to me when I took on a radio job. The man who owned the station, he told me, he says there are few things that I do not forgive. One, don't say fuck on air. And two, if it's dead air for more than 10 seconds, I'm going to start looking for your replacement. And immediately after he said that, 3 of his reel-to-reel players broke down, and I spent the next 48 hours working his system to keep it on air. That's when you could buy meth at truck stops in little bottles. So that was but thank you, Rowdy. I appreciate you stepping in and entertaining. Oh, listen, Taco Bell got nothing. I grew up on Taco Tico. You don't know what Taco Tico is? I pity you, fool. Pity you, fool. I pity you, fool. I pity you, fools. Yes. You ain't getting me on that plane, Hannibal. Anyway, we were talking about reviews and reviewers, and nobody cares about it. That subject is dead. Do you know what? Here's the whole thing on that. Just reviews, all you reviewers, your shit's getting boring. It's getting stagnant. Work on something new. Show me something new. I want to see something new. Speaking of reviews, if you want to watch a good one that I really went in wanting to disagree with, Rowdy's review of Mephisto is amazing. I really went into it going, nope, you're wrong, Rowdy. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. She's not wrong. But I still love that. I loved it so much that on my way home, when I stopped at Dallas Vintage Toys, I grabbed The Son of Satan. That was, if they could, I don't even know what the new name for him is, but this is from a comic book back in the 70s called, it was Son of Satan. And it was, then once the Satanic Panic hit, then they had to come up with a whole new name for him. But that's my boy right there. Love that. Son of Satan, Werewolf by Night, Man Thing. That oh, yeah, she was there. She's a very nice young lady. she's a lot smaller in person. The camera makes her look so much taller. But I was all respect to Dallas Vintage Toys. I was, and I mean that genuinely. I will always, the thing that Sean does with that business and the fact that he has kept it open and has the inventory that he has is absolutely amazing. But I think that they are, here's the problem that, finish your sentence, Max. Well, I'm going to finish it with kind of with a sight, insight. You have a lot of investment toy buyers, and they're pieces of shit. Everybody wants their toys to retain a value. Rowdy made, I'm not going to spoil her review, watch it, but she didn't like the price that Mephisto was. I can definitely agree with that. I would love to see a lower price. But Mephisto's my boy. If he'd have come with a scroll and a little feather for signing it, and they charged 110 and added a few more things to it, I think honestly I would have liked to have seen Mephisto be about $110. I would have liked to seen a load more accessories that went with him, and some this part of your arm, how they turn the forearm swivel, and a couple more heads. I'd like to see a screaming head. Yeah, forearm. Thank you, forearm swivel. I would have liked to seen more, and actually paid a little bit more. I'm not like, one of those. I want Hasbro to take my money. I want them to take my money and provide me with what I want. Mephisto, I'm happy with them. It's whatever, the price has been paid. I signed my, but I would have liked to see more things that every time you see Mephisto, he has are not in this. So that's that is what it is. That's all I'm gonna say on Mephisto. I'm happy with my purchase. Watch Rowdy's review. Let's see what else. If I got so much crap here. I'm gonna bring up these two guys. This is number 193 on the G.I. Joe Classified, and it's Red Dog and Taurus from the G.I. Joe movie. They were Slaughter's little, I don't even know what he called them, his bad boys. And I bring this up because I got this in the mail today. Yeah, Slaughter, the Renegades, that's right. And I did not like this double pack because nobody wanted this fucking Sergeant Slaughter. Absolutely nobody wanted this figure. And they had to hide Mercer behind this paywall of a figure for me to complete the Renegades. Which is exactly what I thought when I bought this the first time. I still have the box in the other room with Slaughter in there and Mercer over in the case. Because Mercer was the only one I wanted. A few weeks ago, if people remember, I had a problem with my Xania and Chameleon vehicle. One of the legs didn't work. Yeah, hostage pack. That's what they like calling it. And so it I called in to the number that you get from Hasbro Pulse. The very bottom says contact us. Us. So I contacted us, and the very nice person at Hasbro customer service led me through the process and said, absolutely, we're sorry this happened to you. They were very polite, very nice. And today I had to call them again because they told me that they were going to send out a replacement. Either the vehicle, the Chameleon and Zanya, which is what I ordered and did not arrive as ordered, or something of equal value. Now, I know that I've heard some amazing friggin' stories about some of the shit that people get sent of equal value. Now, believe me, we're going to get back to Dallas Vintage Toys. We're going to go in a circle here. So, my bewilderment today when I received my Chameleon and Zanya replacement. So I called them back and said I was not happy. Their idea was for me to mail the Chameleon and this back to them, and they would issue me a check so I could rebuy the toy because it's still in stock. That's the great thing about the Chameleon. It's still in stock, but they sent me this, which is also, not surprisingly, still in fucking stock. I'm like, why couldn't you just send me the Chameleon? Well, we don't run Hasbro Pulse. Then why am I calling Hasbro about a Hasbro Pulse problem? No, Rowdy, you're still getting your Zanya. Just just absolutely. Thank you. I do need to watch that. YouTube is actually, we all need to watch that as YouTubers. YouTubers is really cracking down on vulgarities because this is, whatever. But yeah, that's the reason I've been watching my language. So that just absolutely astounded me. So I was like, fine, whatever. I've already done a jury rig fix on the Chameleon. So it's not right, which I like to have right. And I've got a second box because I always buy 2 of every vehicle. But now, if I really want to make it right and not have to open my other box, I've got to order another set. So I am going to play the clearance game on this one and see if at some point it drops, and maybe I'll get screwed, maybe I won't. So but that's okay because some lucky viewer is going to take this crap off of my desk. I don't think I'm going to do a giveaway next week because I want to focus on the audio video stuff. But probably I'm doing last week I did the show the first interview I've ever done. But I'm going to give this away. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed, because if you're not subscribed, I don't care how many times you win this, I'm not sending it to you. If you don't sub, you're just a dud. So somebody's going to get this. If you don't have it, stick around and we will get that figured out. I may do it over my next interview, which I'm still kind of planning out. So we'll get that figured out. I did. I won my very first Spider-Man. I've actually won 2 giveaways on Rowdies. I got that Stan Lee and Spider-Man. See, it's not rigged. You too can really win on Rowdy's channel. Go and watch. Her giveaways are amazing. She doesn't give away shit. That's for sure. It's no, wait, that came out wrong. She doesn't give away crap. She gives away good stuff. So Max at 2. No, I'm already eating 2 big old spoonfuls of quality Hellman's mayonnaise, made right here in America by caring people at the Hellman's factory, where they do Hellman's things. Absolutely, I admit it. I love that's my favorite Spider-Man. I'll never own another. So, do you not have that? Do you not have this, Ronnie? You know what? How about we do this tonight? The 1st of next month, I want to do interview number 2. Commit to me tonight that you'll be my interview number 2. And I'll bribe you with this. Or you can give it away on the show. The decision of what happens to this figure do an interview with me. I want to interview you. I want people to know, who the hell is Ronnie Trickshot? If that is, in fact, your real name. Dun, dun, dun. I don't give a shit about shipping. I shipped 2 boxes to Colombia. Promise you, I ain't worried about Australia. Australian shipping is got to be a walk in the park compared to shipping shit to Australia. I could probably walk it to Australia faster than that shit got to Colombia. Anyway, one of the points I want to make with this is I saw a shit ton of these at DVT. And again, I want to say that it looks like we're gonna have Ronnie. We'll work out the details, Ronnie, and but that my interview number 2, Ronnie Trickshot. Yeah, Dens knows how easy it to ship to Colombia. But the reason I bring that up is some of the vintage stuff at Dallas Vintage Toys is amazing. I picked up this Son of Satan for like $15. Totally happy. It was a figure that I wanted. I didn't care about keeping the box, because why keep the box? And I found a little 4-inch figure to go on my little his tank. loose but complete. But the stuff that was boxed, I saw an Indominus Rex on the shelf, unopened, for $100, $99.99. And then I went on Target and ordered it for $50. Of course, Son of Satan's got nipples. He's the man. You can't milk cats. He's also got a big old pentagram on his chest. And you can't have Mephisto and not have Son of Satan. That was his comic book was the reason I kind of got into the Mephisto thing. But which brings me into, I started wondering about why they have such an overstock of brand new stuff. They also, if you're interested and looking, and we're going to get into that Star Wars Rebel transport here in just a second, they have a Jabba's barge over there at Dallas Vintage Toys, and the price on it was pretty good at $3,000. So no, I forgot I can't put mods in timeout. You hush, you. Okay, you've been waiting to see that transporter. I'll get it out while I'm talking about this. That's fine. Let me clear out. I too, like Rowdy, don't know where I'm gonna put this friggin' Mephisto. Son of Satan, however, is staying on my desk for when my mom visits. Oh. Okay, here, let's go. There we go. Everybody see me? Ooh, look. Yeah. Dark my arm is. You can tell which one hung out the window. I got to drive. You don't know how much that rocked for me. But anyway, going on with Dallas Vintage Toys, they just had so much. No, wrong way. New stuff, brand new in the box. And I know why. Because you have investment toy buyers who are buying these toys and then hoping, for the value and the resale and all that. It's just, they're starting to figure out that on some of these figures, that resale ain't there. Anyway, so this is actually, and this is for sale. I am selling this for my mother. I don't know if this was something that she bought and has had all these years. I never had a Rebel transport as a kid. But this box is amazing. And again, $25 price tag from Walmart. Oh, I am knocking shit all over the big old long box. And this is complete. Look at that. Remove top to provide access to crew members. Entire cannon assembly is removable to protect your secret land base. 5 Hoth backpacks and 4 asteroid gas masks to help your troops survive on alien planets. Remove the crew chamber to expand play area inside your rebel transport. Your dual cannon assembly protects rebel transport. They really wanted to let you know that this was the rebel transport. The captives get away through the secret escape hatch to tell Darth Vader about the rebels' new base. What the hell is an AT-AT driver doing in a rebel transport? That right there. All right, here we go. Out of the box. Oh, watch out, microphone. I always wanted one of these little cigars as a kid, but I never got one. It's yet the back half comes off. Oh, I take it back. It's got one crack. I sure didn't see that. I hope nobody was playing with me yesterday. Got and then where everybody always breaks it, it's right there in the middle. They always pop those little pegs off or tear those. Lucasfilm Limited, 1982. I mean, that is just some of the cleanest. Kenner plastic does not age well. You got the little crew compartment. Oh, we do have all the little backpacks, and it always pissed me off. The only reason I wanted this as a kid was because it was the only way you could get these little bitty gas masks. And I wanted those so I could do the asteroid landing. I got all the backpacks lifted out. The little trap door in the bottom isn't broken. Those things, shit, price one of those trap doors. Jeez Louise. You got a little storage area up here. Sounds like you're trying to sell this, Max. Yeah, I am, for my mother. If you are interested in this Rebel transport, that comes off. It's even, you can even still hear the, look at that. How's that for ASMR? I think you could pull these off. I'm not going to, though. I think there's even a little compartment in the front. Yeah. I don't think you can stick anything in it. But that is just outside of one that I seen that was just brand new in the box, never been opened. This is probably one of the nicest conditioned ones I've ever seen. I don't know where to put these. I'll put them there. Like I said, I'm selling this for my mother. She's also got, if as soon as we can find it, a Millennium Falcon unassembled in the box that I'm pretty sure I stole the stickers out of when I was a kid. Aside from that, the stickers, it's complete. And an AT-AT. So hopefully she will get those found. Because I've already had some offers on those. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Your Rebel Transport. It was pretty much just, it was kind of genius the way they did this toy, because this was a figure carrier. That's really all it was. It was a figure carrier that you could use as a play set. I wish I had a. Nope. Let's see if I can put this together right. There we go. Imagine calling up your buddy and it's like, yeah, I got all the new figures. I'm gonna bring them over. And he's just got that Darth Vader carry case that everybody had. Nobody cared about that thing. And you show up with a fucking Rebel Transport. It's like, what? Then he says something snide to you and you hit him over the head with it. But yeah, that 1982 Rebel Transport. Again, that is for sale if anybody is interested. So let me know. Let me catch up on chat a little bit since I had to go remember how to speak and totally wasn't pooping. Where was I? Max, she bought it for you as a gift, but at some point you did some BS and she forgot to give it to you. Oh, is that how I got the Spider-Man? No, I wish that was it. Now, listen, Rowdy is, you got to worry about that. Rowdy is totally honest with her giveaways, and that is some Scouts honor right there. I promise you. If you enter into Rowdy Riles giveaway, you're getting an honest deal. How I got lucky twice, and honestly, the second time I was just, even though I wanted that Spider-Man, well, actually, I didn't even want this Spider-Man. I wanted the SH Figuarts Spider-Man. So, but I got this one and then decided that I no longer wanted the SH Figuarts Spider-Man. I'm not really a thigh man. more of you know, other things. Anyway, um, is that a transporter or an Ewok hunter? Sheila, get in the car. Let's see. Look at yeah, this Imperial officer just throwing that AT-AT driver down the chute, just like, don't worry about where it goes, bud. Just hold on. You know what? Back in 1982, it looked like an egg back then too. We were dumb kids, but we weren't that dumb. No, I did not get this at Dallas Vintage Toys. It I was told he had a few of them, but um, this came from my mother, and I don't know where she got it. She might have found it at an auction, which is what I believe she told me, but she also thinks that she might have just bought it for me when I was a kid, and I was a shithead kid, and she just put it up in a closet. But this has had the stickers put on it, and it's had, the instructions are missing. I think they're missing. Are they in here? No. The instructions are, so it's 99.9% complete with an amazing box. Oh, you're just a baby. Someone put Leah. Nobody puts baby in the corner. All right, everybody, quit putting Ronnie in timeout, or I'm gonna give him a blue wrench. What's the hole in the middle for? Oh, that's but wait, are you being serious? Well, I'm definitely caught up with chat. All right, maybe we should time you out, Ronnie. Yeah, that's fair. That's kind of what we were thinking when we were kids. I'm Gen X, so all that stuff was. I'm not even going to post that, Kaiju. What am I? Do I see? This is why it didn't matter that I was gone for 5 minutes, because it's all the chat's just. All right, behave yourselves. See, I'm. You know what? Talk to me. You're interested in this? We could work something out, Dan. I'm over 5 POA. But I am an articulation whore. I I need that. How many points of articulation can you fit in a figure? Show me. I want to see. Just it needs. You got 4 inches. Show me how much you can do with 4 inches, because I'm gonna tell you, Hiya Toys ain't doing it for me. GI Joe 25th anniversary, pretty close to as good as you can get in a 4-inch figure. Acid Rain, Green Valley, those. That's pretty much as getting to the top of the line. But even those, some of them get a little, show me what the best you can do is where you get to the point of articulation for a figure size that you just say this cannot be outdone. This is it. I have designed a 4-inch figure with 78 points of articulation, and I'd love to see that. I've got 12-inch figures with, the 1,000 toys I think are around 78 POA, and they're damn near perfect. I mean, I use them in my artwork for, designing things. They'll ballerina stand on a tippy toe. So 6-inch, this isn't as good of articulation as you could get. It could be better. So I'll just shut down and stop broadcasting. So, all right, where else are we at? Yeah, listen, I've seen some 4-inch figures that do fantastic. Like I said, Green Valley, Acid Rain. Acid Rain is, but you're also looking at for the more articulation you get, higher price. Those Acid Rain figures, those things are $80 a pop, 70. Oh yeah, 1,000 toys. I've got a Gen 1 and Gen 2 synthetic human. And it's gotten, the price on those things have gotten so high that I can't even afford to take them off the shelf and pose them anymore. I need to put them back in their boxes because they scare me to death. I think the second gen is well over $1,000 now, and first gen is. I am not impressed with Hiya toys. I don't mean that. I think they do good. And if you like them, then absolutely like them. But they are not for Max. They don't impress me. Their articulation has been beating a dead horse. They're just doing 4-inch classified figures. So I've got 6-inch. Why do I need, I get it. If you're a 4-inch toy collector, 3.75, then I can kind of see them. If you collect the 25th anniversary figures, then or some of those lines, I can kind of see where those would definitely be, what you like. But I'm just, Hiya Toys does good with Godzilla. Now that I will, yes, yeah, I will say that I've liked some of their Godzilla stuff, and the kaiju's that they do. If Kaiju Kitty says it's a good damn kaiju, who am I to argue? So, there you have it, folks. I'm holding. Oh, by the way, the first episode. If I have a damn seizure on air, y'all just don't. The first episode of Ghost in the Shell, the new series, is on Amazon Prime. I think it's the prequel episode. It is out. I watched the first 15 minutes of it, and I was not unimpressed. So, but I'm also pretty much anything Ghost in the Shell. I am holding. I want to see one in person. I may order one just and kind of see, but high is kind of a pain in the dick to get. So we'll see. But I didn't dislike, but I didn't dislike the look of the GI Joe classified Hiya toys until I started seeing reviews and saw in those, all the crummy face sculpts, and it looked. We'll see. I'll watch a few of the reviewers do the same old fucking review that they do. Here's the box. Here the figure does this. I like it. It sits. And okay, everybody, see you next week. Yeah, I'm sure. So yep. I that Ghost in the Shell is kind of my guilty pleasure because I'll just watch anything with ScoJo in it. Hiya is also notorious for missing initial deadlines they set for themselves. Either something comes out of a month or two early or 9 months later. Then I've heard it, but I don't own a single Hiya toy. So I'm not really the one to say this is what it is and this is what it ain't. There are those out there better than me. Seek them. Speaking of toys that are behind deadlines, what the fuck, hella dope toys. I guess I am officially not getting my Elric. I held out. Everybody told me I could go over to this other toy ordering place and order one. And I held out because I got an email response from Hella Dope saying, "Oh, we didn't see it. We're getting our figures in the end of this month." And well, you know what? The end of that month was about a week and a half ago. And are they? I'm severely I am absolutely cursed when it comes to Savage Crucible, or anything by what's the other company? I'm destined not to get it. But I was super excited. I was super excited because I had been wanting to do some business with Hella Dope, and seasons did not arrange themselves. I finally had a figure that they were going to have. And yeah, Four Horsemen, that's the other company. Yeah. I'm cursed with those. I can't get one in the house. There's a shit ton of them at Dallas Vintage Toys. I can tell you that. A shit ton. But I wanted to do business with Hella Dope. Those guys generally seemed like they were trying. Then I kind of, their channel dropped off. But I guess if you have, assholes on your channel, then, you listen to the wrong people or whatever. I don't even care anymore. But I do, but I don't want to talk about it. But you made a promise. I pre-ordered something with you. You've made a big deal. You've said on your channel and multiple times that how important it was to live up to that pre-order and live up to your clients. But it takes me 2 weeks to get a response, and I still don't have my fucking Elric figure. And I hope the worst of what I think isn't happening, because I got a feeling that my Elric figure is I'm going to get the same treatment that Walmart gave me with my 250th Duke, which is they're just going to scalp the shit and sell it for double the money somewhere else. Which, if you're a failing business, do what you need to do to recover. But tell me, say, hey, we can't fulfill. We got other shit going on. We're whatever. I don't give a fuck. And I'm saying this because I hope that you're still in business. I hope that your business is doing well, because being a small business owner is incredibly fucking hard right now. But you need to talk to your people. I am one of those people. I pre-ordered from you. I was excited to pre-order from you. And I don't have my figure. So I'm really upset about that, actually. I'm a lot more upset about it than I'm talking about. I want to say very mean and cruel things, but I don't want to do that. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, because in another 2 weeks, that figure may show up my door. And one, I don't want to feel bad. And two, I don't want to, shit talk some people who are just behind and trying. But I don't think I'm ever seeing that figure. And given what I'm seeing them going for on the secondary market, I definitely know I ain't gonna get that figure. But I'm damn sure getting an Indominus Rex, because I know A.O. Frankie ain't sending me one of his two. Saw that, Frankie, on that, right behind you. But is this something that people want? Do people really want this? I hope so. I really want to make my mom happy and sell it. All right. You guys don't want to hear about toys anymore, so I'm going to spend the last 30 minutes of this show talking about everything but fucking toys. I made it funny. But was it funny? 7th grade me would have been like, you see what I did there? So this, some of you smokers out there may like, is an 1899 German pipe. And it goes all the way. Oh, it's hitting the ceiling. Yeah, so this is, yeah. Oh, and there's more, because there's a whole nother little hookah end that goes on the end here. And I've got to restore this. That is going to be an interesting project. My dad smoked it once, and I'm pretty sure I was about 7 years old at the time, and he loaded it. He didn't have any pipe tobacco, so he broke apart a couple cool menthol 100s, and tried to smoke it out of that, and I'm pretty sure it blasted out his lungs. So, but I've got to do some work on the wood. It's got a little flexible. There's basically a fuel hose that runs in here with a spring, so you can. And I'm willing to bet it hasn't been cleaned. It's been well smoked. There's some chew marks on there. I haven't done pipe restoration. I actually used to make briar pipes for a long time. I ran a pipe and cigar store in Oklahoma City for a little bit. Kind of took a little break from tattooing, and maybe I'll break out sometime. I get this thing going. I'll break out a few of the. You'll notice that my emblem is me with a big calabash. So I don't. I only smoke a couple times a year. I'll load up a pipe with some pipe tobacco and go out and have a couple puffs. But other than that, I'm gonna just stick to the old vape. Hey, smoking toys is actually a thing. Some of the old train sets, I believe Lionel and a couple of the other ones, some of the high end, the really fancy Japanese ones, used to have a little pellet that you could drop in the smokestack. And as you ran it, I guess the heat from the motor running would send out little puffs. So it would actually look like your train smoked. Rowdy smokes fools. Gangsta. West side. No way, you're east side. I smoke Smarties candies. I remember selling a bag of oregano to a kid one time, and he liked it so much he came back for seconds. That kid is now the dare officer in the town I grew up in. Or he was. I don't know if he is anymore. He was a good kid, though. I hope he, went on to good things. But yeah, I like to think that I took credit for, getting him. Could have gone worse. He could have been, pretty much only four things you could do in the town I grew up in. You could become a cop or military. You could do drugs. You could leave. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, so. Woo! I make some good strawberry lemonade. Let me tell you. I got so much other shit to show off, but I can't possibly. I'll try to do a couple more posts on Instagram. I am really going to try to keep my reels and stories going a lot better than I have, because I've just been like I said today, all the news that we got, everything working out. If we keep on this track, then it's I'm pretty good at just kind of keeping up appearances. And I definitely try to stay positive as I can on this show and not make it about, the day-to-day struggles that all of us are going through. Nobody wants to hear about anybody else's bullshit. Except to point and be like, it my Instagram is I'm worldwide, baby. It's the same as my YouTube at Maximilian. You can find me under that moniker across the board. Blue Sky. I think I don't have a Twitter account anymore, but it's We have to turn settings off. What settings do we? Oh, is that the one where they're trying to where it like will automatically take you and turn you into some AI bullshit? Yeah, whatever that needs to. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Fuck Zuck. Hashtag. But I don't know. I really want people who don't have the ability to art to have a way to express themselves. That I really want that, and it's something that. But the other side of me is if you haven't burned an AI data center down, then you just haven't done your part as an American. But only do that in Minecraft, just the Minecraft ones. So, well, hello, kitty, that we absolutely did not leave alone for 2 days. Oh yeah, I left for 2 days. Been gone. Cats were fine. We over big pile of food, all the water, every toilet bowl in the house open, and a big bag of lips and eyelids, in the back room. But forgot to lock my front door. Left it wide open. Yeah, anybody, come on in. Show us the kitty. Well, okay. Come here. You want to go on TV? You're gonna scream and bitch, ain't you? Here. Yeah. Yep. Nope. She ain't having it. She ain't having it. She's not a pick me up kitty. She's also 17 years old, so she is definitely a if you anger me, I will stab you in your sleep. So tuxedo cat. It is a tuxedo cat. And the other cat we have is a another set. We have two 17-year-old cats. One is probably closer to 18. And you come back? Second chance? Well, huh? You want to scream for everybody? Come on. Come on, I'm going to show some pussy on YouTube, not get banned. Oh, you little tease. Oh, that got you out here. Huh? Meow. Show everybody how angry you are. This is Mayu Mittens. She is my lap kitty. She's a good girl. When she's not a total. Don't walk on my toys, you fucking twat. God damn it. Anyway, yeah, never mind. That will be the last time that you see Mayu Mittens. But tomorrow I'll have a beautiful new pair of slippers, I promise. Psst. Hey, what are you eating now? Get out. Anyway, yes, she's a pretty girl. Pretty fucking annoying. Anyway. For years, I'll tell you the story about Mayu Mittens Tucker. So when we first moved to Natchitoches, I was working a tattoo shop that I had built for another guy. And it was on the shittiest street in this fucking town. At the end of that street is a 2-lane bridge built sometime in 1650. I don't know. It's old damn concrete bridge. So my wife comes in to the tattoo shop because the bridge is about a block away. And I hear this meow, 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 meow. And I was like, no, don't bring whatever that is, take it around back, let it go. She was like, it's a kitten. It was in the middle of the bridge. Cars were driving over it. And she stopped traffic going both directions, 2-lane bridge. I guarantee you, these people in this town, they don't take to that shit. If there's a dead, dying body in the middle of that bridge, you ain't stopping traffic. Even if you're an ambulance. So she stops traffic both ways, gathers up this little, like, maybe week old kitten. Doesn't even have one of its eyes open. And as usual, Leah Glacier is for the win. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm familiar. There's a lot of stray cats around Natchitoches. I'm familiar with the Notched Ear program. I'm like, if nothing else, we will at least bottle her and get her to the vet. And then if we need to release her again, we will. And she has been a parasite in this house, draining funds and food and water ever since. So and she pays for this by sitting on my lap at inappropriate times and meowing the loudest you've ever heard. So these are the deals that you get when you deal with Mephisto. He will have your soul, and you will get an angry black and white cat named Mittens that sleeps on my wife's feet every night for the last 17 years. I would unalive people for that animal. So, but I've always liked animals better than I like humans anyway. So, we have another cat named Stormy, which is also a rescue. And she is kind of attached to my daughter. Stormy has one side of the house, Mittens has the other, and nary a two shall meet except at the food and water bowl at appropriate times. So she is called Mittens because she has 4 mittens, and one of them is dirty, so she shall have no pie. I love that cat. You know what? She respects me enough that I've got toys on shelves, I've got antiques on shelves, and she has never knocked one off. She is a toy and antique owner's cat. 100%. And Stormy's just so fucking fat that she couldn't jump on a shelf to save her life. So that's she's a good girl, but I'm not going to get her because she gets scared sometimes and pees, and I don't want her to pee on me. It's really stanky. So 100%. If you abuse animals, you go straight to hell, and not the good hell, the bad hell. So, something I did pick up at Dallas Vintage Toys. Something that I'm going to do something. Now listen, Rowdy. I'm going to need you to sit down for a second, okay? And take a deep breath. I'm about to say something really nice. Rowdy? About Todd McFarlane. His page punchers are absolutely fantastic. He should do more page punchers. You get 2 comic books, and you get 3 3-inch figures that have one. You got, how do you get in a 3-inch figure and you've got better butterfly joints than you do in a 6-inch figure? You get waist swivel, and then you get the legs. This is the Duke. I've got the Cobra Commander one. I've got the these two came in a set. Snake Eyes and Duke came in another. But that's 4 figures, and with these, you get 4 comic books. You even get a little stand where you can display these guys. I don't understand, and they're good comics. 2 of them that I didn't have. They're good little figures. They're not anything that's gonna, some collector's gonna break down somebody else's door over. Maybe they will. I don't know. But I said I wasn't gonna talk about any more toys, didn't I? Page poppers. Yeah, page poppers, not punchers. Maybe it's punchers. Yeah, I don't know. But he does a couple other. I think he does some with the turtles too. So some little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But you get 4 comics. With each one. So you get media, you get a toy, and you get a way to display them. That's 3 things that you get with the McFarlane page popper. Yeah, I mean, listen, they're not. If you're looking for amazing articulation, if you're, I'm with you, Kaiju. I too am an articulation snob. But for the value that you get, these things are about, you get 2 $4 comics. So that's $8 right there. These things run about $2 a piece. I think when I got the Cobra Commander and the Crimson Guard, I think I paid $10 for that little set and got 2 comics that were already valued at more than that. You start getting into some of the GI Joes between $150 and $300. They're stupid hard to find, and they are stupid expensive. Page punchers. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Leah. I like it. When I look at some toys, I like to see some longevity to them, because I want to know that because ultimately, this may appease one of my tisms, but if the kids aren't interested in it, and it's just adults, our dumbasses are, already 1 foot in the grave. These kids coming after them, down the line, and now, they need interest. Kids need to be interested in toys. And the page punchers, they do that. I have a lot of respect. I've talked about them before, and I will continue to talk about them. They do really good. Shall we talk about how issue 330 of A Real American Hero has a surprise ending, and they are already doing second printing of this comic? If you would like spoilers, they do some DC. I know they had a Batman and Superman one that was pretty good. I haven't seen any for Mattel, but that would be interesting. I would buy that if they had a little 3-inch Skeletor and He-Man. I would do that. I have no idea. I'm just talking out of my ass here. Studies are out, Max. Tech made us dumber, and playing with toys did not rot our brains out. Yeah. A comic is when an artist when they get those special feelings, you know, the kind you get on a Saturday afternoon. And you go behind the barn and, you know, touch things. But anyway, issue 330. I hope for those that collect the Real American Hero that you got a first printing, because apparently these are stupid selling out. But congratulations to Skybound and Larry Hama. It has been I don't want to overstate this, because there's a lot of second printings of Larry Hama stuff and G.I. Joe comics. But this is something recent and something fast, because I got the email saying this was pulled for my collection like 3 days ago, and I just picked up the comic yesterday. And then today I see the message on Skybound saying that they're doing a second printing. So I will slap the stupid out of your head. No, I'm just kidding. I won't. I am so excited for that figure. I'm just kidding, Rowdy. I couldn't take you. I've seen those arms. I'm excited for that Larry Hama figure, and I'm probably not going to pre-order it from Hella Dope Toys. So I encourage you all not to, because you probably won't see it. I don't know how we're going to get it, and I imagine that it is going to sell out so damn fast that heads turn. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to be a little negative Nancy. And really? Are you being serious? You just screwing with me? I know Rowdy's just screwing with me. I'll get back into my isometrics where I can Bruce Lee you with 1 inch punches. 1 inch. Too old for that shit. Anyway, oh, thank God, because I was like, no, Diaz, no. What is hilarious? That is the appropriate question. We've already covered that, Kaiju. Pay attention. I think that whole Fury Force is I'm going to try to pre-order the whole thing, but I know that the Hama figure, I think, is a San Diego Comic-Con, which means it is going to be a Same as all San Diego shit. Stupid fucking process. I am about ready for SDCC to just die. I'm absolutely ready for that. I care so little about San Diego Comic-Con. I the only thing I ever hear about San Diego Comic-Con is somebody else's bullshit drama. Or some toy that I am never going to see unless I pay exorbitant prices on, secondary market. Yeah. Listen, a Star Wars debacle on Hasbro Pulse? Why, I never, sir. Yeah. Be a G.I. Joe collector on Hasbro Pulse. And yeah. We are brothers. We are brothers and sisters. That yeah. 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 I'm only going to SDCC for the bitches. I don't, nothing impresses me about San Diego Comic-Con. I don't get why it matters anymore. Why? Explain the relevancy to me about San Diego Comic-Con. You make toys that you tell everybody only a few people will want this. Turns out everybody friggin' wants it. And well, I mean, that's just the reason for everything. But when you, as a promoter, are you really getting more attention because you paid an exorbitant fee to set up at SDCC? Because I've been to conventions, tattoo conventions, toy conventions, antique conventions, that you name it. I've probably been to a convention for it. The bigger it gets, the less attention you're getting on your product. The more people are going to walk by because it's too much of a pain in the ass to smell somebody next to them while they want to see something. That's why I think it's one of the reasons why these toy influencers and toy reviewers are so important to these companies, because they know you take YouTube down tomorrow, or take YouTube down for the entire week of San Diego Comic-Con. Block Instagram, no phones, no cell, no photos, nothing. Nobody would see a fucking thing that they've got at their show. Because you don't spend more than 2 minutes at one of them booths unless you got an appointment. You ain't stopping and talking to Denny. You ain't stopping at Boss Fights and talking to Lenny. You ain't going to talk to Dan or Dwight at the fucking Hasbro booth unless that shit's been prearranged. You ain't just running into them and be like, "Well, howdy there, Dwight. How you doing, sir? Shall we gab for a minute?" San Diego Comic-Cons is not about the toy companies anymore. It's about the influencers. It's about, because they're the only ones getting any. You buy a weekend pass, just as, say you're just random Joe and you're walking through, you're going to hit the vendor aisle. You're going to get those few things that you want. You're going to go look at some boobs. If you happen to run into, any of the cosplayers, which, it just, it makes no sense to me, period. And like I said, I've been to conventions. And if it's elbows to assholes in there and everybody stinks and, I don't know, maybe not boobs. I heard this one YouTuber was super excited to go to the drag section. Couldn't get there fast enough. Had a lot of attention on that section. That I have that confirmed from multiple sources. So, he likes that just for men too. So, Max jokes on you. The only way to get the full con pass is being press or being a vendor. They limit those who can inflate the attendance number. Yeah, I 100%. That's you're absolutely correct. That is absolutely the way it is. So why is it? So I guess really what my question is why is San Diego such a convenient location? Spaceship. Just for men. They'll never notice. Why is San Diego why is that the spot? Is it because most of the shipping coming over from China and that's one of the the port areas that well, San Diego is not really port, is it? You got, but it's still coming, almost all your toys that are coming in from China are all coming in and hitting that LA. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. No, listen, I have it's not a problem. I'm just the my thinking behind that question is not saying anything against the fine city of San Diego. But San Diego and Toy Fair, those are kind of and Toy Fair is different because that is actual businesses going up and looking at what your offerings are. So that is more, we're the maker, you're the vendor. That's what Toy Fair used to be. Whether that's what it is nowadays, I fuck all knows. But when I ask why is San Diego the location, I think it's just because it's tradition, and it's tradition that doesn't necessarily need to be followed anymore. San Diego Comic-Con was a Comic-Con. Find a fucking comic book at San Diego Comic-Con nowadays. That used to be all it was. It was a comic book convention. I would argue that Denver would be a hell of a lot better place to have a San Diego Comic-Con. You've got Mile High Comics, the largest collection of comic books in the world. You've got, well, it's Denver, you know, I, it's, I don't think it has anything to do with where they port in toys. I don't think it has anything to do with California and it being kind of its own country. And I think it has everything to do with just San Diego is, oh my God, please be true. Please be true. You know what? Even if it's not, that's, no, sir. No. There are multiple price ranges depending on what you want. We're not gonna. This is a Mile High Comics house right here. But I love you, Kaiju, but Mile High Comics is. I hope it lasts forever. That's all I can say about that place. That's what I'm saying. Benny knows what's up. That's just what we need. Yeah. All right. So we're designing a new San Diego Comic-Con from scratch. Place where vendors and collectors can all come together. San Diego is done. Accidental, kaiju explosion has left the area of San Diego unapproachable for the next 200 years. So we need to find a new place for San Diego Comic-Con. We're going to change the name too, because, that's just arrogant, naming it after the city it's in. Nothing changes except we get some more comics back at the Comic-Con. Yeah, listen, influencer free. There's no reason to have it. That is the sole purpose of San Diego Comic-Con now. That I don't believe anything else. It's like Diaz says. The only way you get full access to everything that you need to in at SDCC is to have a press pass, and you get in and you get all those videos that you love to watch, all those people telling you what you have to buy, the newest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set. You'll be shocked. That is the only reason that SDCC. And hey, listen, that they've built an economy around it. It works for them, apparently. I'm not knocking it in that way. I don't have a problem with San Diego Comic-Con. I don't like it. I don't feel that it's relevant in the way they think it's relevant. But but San Diego, you can't. The kaiju has destroyed it. Pacific Rim, Ron Perlman will never get all those kaiju parts out of San Diego. So we got to move it. Where do we move it? Cleveland. Nobody goes to Cleveland. No. Host it in Vegas. Then everybody's just gonna, I don't know. Yeah, Vegas definitely needs all the revenue it can get right now, because why go to Vegas? You can gamble from your living room. So why go to a theater? You can just stream it. not everybody. I've had this problem with tattoo conventions and a lot of shows. Everybody goes to Vegas. Like San Diego, it's kind of just, you know, have they got a convention center in Cleveland that can, I mean, you kind of have me at Harvey Picard. So, you know, that, our crumb walk this strip. Cleveland is not a bad choice. That's not too bad. It's doable. I once went to my city and saw a Toys R Us. So yeah, you know, yeah, agreed. All right, so we got Vegas and we got Cleveland. Let's get a couple more. I said Denver. What about? I mean, and we got Toy Fair is that's something different. We can't really put that in there. So we're taking SDCC as it sits right now, pulling it out and just dropping it into another location. No. You know what? I think they should do it in Detroit just for the irony. You know what? I would make that drive. Every time somebody says Detroit, I am thinking of Kentucky Fried Movie. And he's just like, send him to Detroit. No. There is nothing in Gary, Indiana except Badlands Tattoo. So, you know, that, and Max, I don't want you to hear about. This is okay. We got to quit thinking about the city's needs. Don't factor that in. Every city right now needs tourism. Every city needs this and needs that. This is not about the city. This is about us. This is about where can we, the plebes of the toy world, go and enjoy SDCC as it sits right now. Where can we lie about being a prominent YouTuber and get a press pass and go and enjoy SDCC as it was meant to be enjoyed? You need a, I don't know if you don't want to go too far East Coast. So we're definitely, we need Midland. I mean, Vegas. Okay, I'll give you this, Diaz. Vegas is a contender, because you know they can host a large audience. They got plenty of hotel space right now. Nobody's gambling, so the casino distraction won't be a problem. But you'll have less panels because there's a lot of alcohol in Vegas and a lot of gambling, and a lot of us creatives, we enjoy the booze and the drinking and the whoring. So San Diego is kind of a dry town, if I remember right. And there ain't shit to do there aside from um, drinking and whoring. I'm going to be honest with you. I think everything should be held in New Jersey. Everything. So I'm with you on that, Dan. Just that's just between you and me. All right. Okay. Um, Vegas has got some cool locations. You know, you got the Sphere, which nobody's using right now. But Vegas is hurting. I've got friends in Vegas, and that I've got a friend of mine who designs 70-foot billboards and was making over $100,000 a year, and now they're not. I don't want to share their business that much. So um, that's what I've been saying the whole time, but nobody listens to me, Benny. Nobody listens to me. Thank you. I appreciate Benny, your insight is always welcome on my channel. Spaceship. What? Okay, you can't have cannabis in Vegas. No, that's it. Sorry, Diaz. Vegas is out. That's a non-contender. You got, yeah. That's the other than body odor, the one major smell of San Diego Comic-Con is pot. So that's Chicago's a hard town to it's a hard town to work, to work around. I don't know how to explain it. It just Chicago ain't the city for. They've got some good conventions in Chicago. I don't think you could take San Diego Comic-Con and move it there. My choice has always been Denver. I think Denver is. I think that's a city you could pull it off in. If it wasn't San Diego, I think Denver. Host it in the back rooms. There's plenty of space. Denver's problem is location. Their convention centers it's okay. Hotels in Denver suck. They would definitely need to step that up. First couple years, it would be a little bit of a drag, but you have fun, Benny. Have a great night, Captain. How was that? How was that? Did you have fun? Was it a good show? I like Denver. I've always kind of had a special place in my heart for Denver. I don't know if it's definitely the new San Diego Comic-Con town, but I think it's worth thinking about. And they've had Star Wars Celebration there. That's usually a pretty big show. Well, yeah, well, I mean, $400 for an autograph, you can put it on eBay and sell it for $600. So he knows where his money's at. Several of the top guests canceled at a con I went to in Chicago on a Thursday the week of. Could not get my hotel or badge refunded. Yeah, see, I hear a lot of that, like Chicago stuff. You know where I never hear about a convention? I mean, I don't want to take something away from the West Coast. San Diego's not feasible. San Francisco, that's a hard town to get. It's a neat town, but it's hard to get around. You never hear about Seattle. Fan Expo is that's a good convention. I have very seldom, the people that I pay attention to that bitch about conventions usually have very little complaints when it comes to Fan Expo. Yeah, they definitely do. And you will pass by them because they are in, there is a large tent community in Denver until the snow hits, and then they all go to Florida. How's it going? Let me get you. Hold on. Kiwi G Customs or Kiwi GI hold on. GL. I'm just going to call you the Kiwi. Hi, Kiwi Customs. We're doing good. How are you doing? I like it when people smash that like button. Would you like to know more about smashing that like button? Because I can tell you that when you do, every 0 and 1 passes through this. No, I'm not going to do it. Anyway. Seattle has the same issues as San Francisco. Poop and filth everywhere. Denver has a lot of that problem. With some of the older parts of town, there's a lot of poop. Seattle, I'm here to tell you that that's not a new issue. That has always been an issue. I was there back in the early 90s, and I'm here to tell you that seeing poop on the ground in Seattle was not it wasn't the you're kind of shocked the first time, and then well, maybe San Diego Comic-Con is just going to have to keep going amongst the ruins and of the city and dead kaiju body parts all over the place, and just keep trucking on the way they have. I don't think we've solved these. Keep wording is key. My apologies. I've never had a bad time. Portland, Oregon, is a fantastic city. It's kind of all those when you start getting from about San Francisco all the way up to Seattle, and Seattle is not an easy city to navigate either. It's hard to get around. It's not a gridded city. Portland is fantastic on both coasts. Give me Portland, Maine, and Portland, Oregon. Love them both. Eugene, Oregon, fun town. Seattle, despite its flaws that almost every city has, it's not unique. Seattle's not a bad town. It's just hard to get when you have that many people in town for a convention. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the real secret of San Diego Comic-Con. They need San Diego and its absolute emptiness 99.9% of the year to just be filled up for that 1 week and then empty again. That's it. That's tradition and logistics. That is we've solved the problem that we didn't know was there. So listen, I'm gonna tell you, you got your greenstone necklace and sheepskin. What's that jacket called? That you're cool with me. Kiwis are welcome in this house. Why? Oh, because we got Walmarts and you're jealous of the Aussies. I got you. Well, it was just a comic book convention. It was, just a bunch of the comic shops from all over got together, and you go in and there'd just be comic books, all over the place. That was way before action figure days. I don't even think you had. I believe there's video on YouTube, um, of the first San Diego Comic-Con, and if you should hunt it down and watch it, because I'm going to tell you the differences that you will see. You wouldn't recognize it at all. That it would make no sense to you. Well, you're more than welcome. If you need a place to hide out from ICE or anybody else, you give me a holler. Kiwis never. You know what? Kiwis don't ever have any problem getting in this country. I've known hundreds of Kiwis in this country, and if you're wondering, and you're like, "The hell is Max talking about? Kiwis, the little fruit?" No, people from New Zealand, which I realize does not really exist. They are a mystery island, not on any maps. Nobody knows where they come from, but they are welcome here, and they're good people, and they make the best sheepskin coat on the face of the earth, and I want one so bad. Have there been any documentary on the? Absolutely. Look up. I think type in origins of San Diego Comic Con, and there's a few. I think Toy Galaxy did one, or Secret Galaxy, whatever Dan Larson goes by nowadays. I think he's done one. I've watched a few others. And if not, then every time it gets close to San Diego Comic Con, more and more of the some of the early stuff starts popping up. But I know that there is some early video, or just still photos of one of the earliest San Diego Comic Cons, and it's definitely worth checking out. But like I said, you're going to look at it and be like, that it is night and day, ladies and gentlemen. If it works for the bushwhackers, it will work for me. Yeah, that 100%. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, I'm got a deal with Rowdy and a few others that if I get to 200 subs, I will eat 2 big spoonfuls of Hellman's mayonnaise. So please do not sub me. And but do hit that like button. That is something that I don't ask a lot, and I don't do this for that reason, but just, yeah. If you got 2 minutes of enjoyment, hit that like button. All right, let's do a quotation. Let's check out some of the early stuff. See, the early stuff in here is all. Here we go. Who is this? Oh, Francis Bacon. I always love Bacon. All right. Francis Bacon, ladies and gentlemen. Men fear death as children fear to go into the dark. And as that natural fear in children is increased with tales, so is the other of death. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope yours is far away, and I will see you next week. And make sure, Ronnie, get with me. Let's talk. Looks like I will be doing an interview first next month with Ronnie Trickshot, and we'll find out who the hell he is. Next week, we're doing how to fix your audio video because it sucks and I can help. Everybody, have a great evening, and just thanks for sticking around. You know, it means a lot. Love y'all. Have a great night.